There is a saying that do not let another pick up the pen and write your story, which is very true, because you can pick up the pen and write your own story. The whole idea of a soul trap, I'd like to clarify to start with. The easiest way to explain it is to think of something like Mario, the computer game. You go through level 1 and you succeed. But what you've missed is those hidden boxes or hidden bricks that you have to get the character to jump up and hit the box, and then there might be a prize, become a Super Mario or whatever it is. So the soul trap is like everything else. It's something we create ourselves, because after passing the threshold of death, you are shown everything, to which you sort of feel of, that's what I've missed. So you then elect to go back again, and so it's not an unfair advantage. You can't generally sort of call on the previous experience. The paradox is, when you first come into this reality at birth, you know far more, but the knowing how to tap into that gets lost in the education system and teaching us to think. And as I've said on many videos, it is about doing the unthinkable. That doesn't mean take your own life. Far from it. It means save your own life. So, for example, if you were diagnosed with something, the clue is in the word diagnose or diagnosis. Because someone who is agnostic is someone who acknowledges a creator but is not really sure. But is at least open, so you don't really want to die not knowing the truth. So you may get told you're terminally ill, or you've got this or that wrong with you. But the thing to remember is, in this reality, which really covers science and pretty much everything else, it's all something you can point to, something you can measure. But it doesn't tell you what it actually is. For example, if you look in Gray's Anatomy, you can look up what the pineal, where the pineal gland is in the head, but it won't tell you what it does. So you'll get a load of things that were described as symptoms, which somebody will assess and say, from what you've told me, you've got this or you've got that. So you're then being offered a script. Now, are you going to take it? In the case of a doctor, that would be a first opinion, because you can get a second opinion. Therefore, the diagnosis is just an opinion. Now, what if I was to tell you that you can overwrite all of that? And speaking from experience from 3 injuries, and immediately after injuring myself, the first one was burning my finger on a hot grill under a stove or cooker. And I thought, ouch, that's going to blister. And I thought, no, catch in the moment. So now it's like a video game. Anything external, it is like a film. So in your mind, you rewind to just before where you burnt yourself, but now you play it forward without the burning sensation, or without actually burning yourself. Yes, the body will be sending signals that you have a burning sensation, but this is where you can overwrite the story with your mind and impress upon yourself that there was no burn. You replay it in the mind and you see it as the way you wish to see it. After a night's sleep, you will have no sensation of any burn. There will be no blister. This has been my experience. The second one was falling off a chair, and I landed badly on the base of my spine, and in the moment it's like, ouch, that hurt. But again, same thing. I visualized, it's a silly thing to do in retrospect. I'd climbed up a chair and it tipped back and I fell back. So I just visualized it played the movie forward again, but without the falling off the chair. The next day, no bruising, no aches, no pains, nothing. And then the third time recently, where I have a blank spot. I remember feeling a bit dizzy, a bit faint. The next thing that I can consciously remember is laying in bed, my head is pounding, it's wet at the back, and I thought, I must have fallen on the tiled floor. But that's like a concerto, because there's blank spots. I don't remember falling, I don't remember getting up again and then getting into bed. So I thought this is going to be an interesting challenge, but it's like a cadenza and a concerto where the soloist gets to write their own part within a certain number of bars. So you write your own cadenza. So I was able to create in the mind what had happened, which was I got into bed. And it certainly helped diminish the aches in the back. It certainly helped with completely getting rid of the throbbing sensation on the back of the head. That's the only thing really that sort of stayed there. Was a bit of bruising, which was as much as anything else as a reminder of, no, I didn't dream all that, it really did happen. But I take responsibility for it because I manifested it, because I said I have to put myself through something to be able to talk from a position of experience. So going back to what I was originally talking about with you get a diagnosis, whatever the reason, you've got X number of months or whatever to live, you're going to accept that. I can understand if you're in serious pain, you may have the tendency to say yes, but what if you can reprogram the body back into good health? Would that not be worth trying? It requires surrendering to self. What that means is you don't misinterpret the signals that are coming from the body. You see them as a warning to just rest. Excuse me. And allow yourself to reset. You can do breathing exercises, which, for example, you could breathe in normally and then at the end do the extra sniff. So you're filling your body with oxygen. I would recommend not doing that more than 3 times, maybe in the morning, middle of the day, and then early evening, and maybe just before bed. You could increase it maybe to 10 times, but if you feel the slightest sensation of tingling in the fingers or toes, then you need to give your body a shake because you've over-oxygenated yourself. The expression is the breath of life, so it's in the breathing in. The breathing in is that feeling of excitement. The breathing out is a letting go. It's almost disappointing in comparison, but it's an ebb and a flow. So you are breathing life into yourself when you breathe. And the oxygen, I mean, if you consider that you're not consciously even thinking about where and what is being distributed around the body, but you certainly have the power to overwrite even throbbing pains and deny what is being presented, which is always, we're taught in the negative sense. But the fall that I had, it was more a sort of jolt from the universe to get me to realize that it is not something being done where the universe is conspiring against me. In that very act of something that you would perceive as bad, something very positive has come out of it. It requires breaking pattern, doing the unthinkable, So if you are diagnosed with something that is basically on the lines of you've got X number of months to live, there's nothing we can do for you. You could say over my dead body, excuse the pun, you could prove, doesn't matter to anybody else, but you could prove to yourself that you do have the ability to overwrite anything. You can correct things. A lot of it is just understanding the sensations that are coming from the body are actually very revealing. The cows will not graze unless the meadow is already there. So the conditions have to be right for the cows to go and graze in a particular spot. Likewise, an illness cannot take hold in us unless the conditions are right. If we are holding doubts, fears, negative thoughts, what-ifs, and worries, and so on, that is setting ourselves up for a fall. But you can rise again. You can come out of it. It takes an awful lot of courage, particularly if you've got family all around who are saying, no, you have to listen to the doctor. You must do what they say. Who says you must? How important is your body to yourself? How important is this experience that you find yourself in? How much would you much rather be free from pain and be able to appreciate it and be able to see the contrasts? It may be that you're going through symptoms of something because the body is trying to communicate something for you to have a radical change of mindset, to break the pattern and do something different. We are very much like ants in a way. If you observe ants, you'll get the little scouts, and they will go a particular way. They may then turn back and then take a different route. If it is the correct route, they leave a scent trail, which is an essence trail. That is something going on inside all of us. We are like ants. We are participants, after all. We are occupants, and so on. Clues are always in the words. So you go with that scent trail, the essence trail of the intuition. Do what's right for you, not what other people tell you. Don't let them pick up the pen and write your story. Take control of your story, take control of your experience, so it is a far more positive one for yourself. And by extension of that, with the change that you will go through, it will inspire others. It will have a beautiful knock-on effect. And as much as anything else, you can say, I'm not having this script that I've been offered here. I'm not playing that part. I'm writing my own script because I can write a better story than the one that is being given to me. It is going back to the analogy with the computer game. Are you going to let that character just stand there and then the screen will start scrolling? It's on a timer for each level, which represents between birth and death. So there's a finite amount of time in this reality. And if you don't take control of that character, the computer will just push it down the first rabbit hole or whatever. And you'll have to come round again. And you've self-created a soul trap for yourself in doing so, when there is so much more to discover that is so beautiful about this reality, and recognizing things that we would make a judgment on as negative as opposed to positive. It's being able to see the balance between the two. It's being able to sit in the discomfort, but having the courage, the core age, CRH, courage, to be able to walk your path and do what your intuition is telling you to do. We are our own student and teacher after all. So I hope this message will reach somebody that really does need it, and they will break pattern and just do the oxygen exercises. Just breathe. It's something we do anyway. But how many times do we consciously think of it or take control of that breathing? Because we have the ability, that is how we can communicate with the body directly, is through the breathing, through allowing more oxygen, more flow, but keeping it in balance so we don't over-oxygenate ourselves as well. But if you find you have over-oxygenated yourself and you've got tingling sensations, then just shake your arms, shake your legs, release it. It is all about letting go. And in that letting go process, something far more beautiful will come through.
This is Hadleigh. Floss is moaning. She's always moaning though. But Hadleigh is very old, and it has this extremely long high street with all these really nice old houses. Most of them are medieval, even if they've been covered up. Like this one here is quite nice. That overhang. Some quite nice houses here. Some more over there. That one there. It's nice. Oh, they're just old. Another old one there. That one. It's a bit close to the... Oh, that one's nice with the old beams. More beams there. Oh, Floss. Stop it. We're nearly at my mum's now. This is like the closest town to her, but it's quite... Oh, it's quite nice. Jimbo got through that one? Yes, we're going to see some more. It's just a very long high street. This is only the top end of it. It's just nice. Yeah, that's the top Floss. Now we're going into the main bit. Oh, is that there? Some war memorial. The sun's setting. Old houses. Look at that one leaning over there. Yes, I like it here. It's nice. Nice buildings. Another nice one there. Yes, it's quite quaint here, isn't it, Jimbo? It's got a nice Indian here, which we'll be getting a takeaway later on. That's quite nice up there, that one. The windows. Not as old maybe as that one there. Looking at the windows up there. We've come here for a cup of tea, haven't we? Oh, was it there in the Flying Guardsman? In there, that's where we went. We went in there at Christmas with my mum. Most of these buildings are very old. Even if they've got, you know, a front on them, concreted up or whatever. That one there.
Go right here.
No, straight on. Oh, another old pub. Put that down there. My bag falling. It always seems to happen in Jimbo's car. Those ones are leaning over quite a lot. Those pink roof, you know, the pink ones sticking out. They've got things on them. Yes. Two more there. Floss, we've had enough.
In 200 yards, turn right onto Calais Street.
Well, we're nearly there now, but that's the end of the high street, but it is a nice place. You know, Floss is having kittens, by the way. The old one there. And that's the end.
Turn right onto Calais Street.
If you was healthy, you would be a superhuman. Watch this.
Your body
knows how to repair everything. If your bones are weak, your body knows how to regrow them. If your muscles are wasting away, joints are breaking down, your internal organs are falling apart, you got things going wrong with you, there's no incurable disease. There is a point of no return, there's permanent damage, but if you get to anything wrong with a system going in here, if you get to it in time, do the right things, your body can repair it. So I'm going to explain it, and this is all you need for your body to repair itself. Ready? Get this. A surplus of energy in a hydrated alkaline environment. A surplus of energy in a hydrated alkaline environment, and your body will repair everything.
So what is alkaline? Alkaline is just electricity, bro. It helps electricity flow throughout your body. Acidic foods slow down electricity in your body. You never have energy because you never have electricity. These foods give you energy because they are electric foods. So to see if your food is alkaline, we calculate the pH. The pH is the water content. It must be above 8. Water content equals alkaline. Alkaline equals electricity. You can screenshot this. If you want those superpowers, your diet needs to be 80 to 90% alkaline. Here goes a longer list right here. If you want to start eating better foods and correcting your diet, you need to stay away from the artificial ingredients and the acidic foods. Comment real and I'll send you this book that'll show you what and what not to eat.